This is Cheesy. This is AutoCAD 2D drawing for beginners. How to the starting of the drawing for what you're gonna do first when you want to start a drawing. Please, I want you to enjoy the videos. Thank you. Now this is the AutoCAD Classic user interface. This is how the AutoCAD environment is going to look when you want to start your drawing. Now there are some certain things you have to do before you start your AutoCAD drawing. You don't just jump into the drawing that way. Now first of all, you have to create your limits. After creating the limits, you set your units for drawing. Normally, if it's an engineering drawing, due to your company specification, either you're drawing in inches or in millimeters, which is impera or metric. Now you set your units, you set some certain things just like your dimension, your textile, and you set your layer. Now this will get you prepared for your drawing, and this will make your drawing a whole lot easier in terms of presentation, in order for you to pass the message to the audience. And after this, our next video is going to be how to prepare templates. Now for us to set our limits, this is our command line for the AutoCAD Classic. For us to set a limit, all you have to do is to type in limits. Type limits from your keyboard. Limits, you enter. Now it's asking you reset model space limit. It's saying specify the lower corner. Now first of all, let's escape. I want you to pay proper attention to the command line because you are a newbie, you are a new beginner in AutoCAD. Pay proper attention to the command line. Command line will guide you to do whatever you want to do in AutoCAD. Remember, we're going to take it slow and steady. So now you always look at the command line, you escape. If you make any mistake, you escape. Now we're going to type in our limits once again. Limits, you set our limits. Now it's asking you to specify the lower left corner or for your limits. Now or on or off 0,0. So on our lower left corner, we're going to specify it at 0,0. We're going to take it as the origin of our drawing. This is 0. You press your tab. On your keyboard. Another 0. You enter. Now you have specified the lower left corner. Now look at the command line, or you look at the dynamic input message there. It's giving you. It says specify the upper right corner. Maybe on the upper right corner we use 400 1000 by 1000. You press your tab. 1000. Now you enter. You have specified your limit. Now the purpose of a limit is to create a confined space in case you're using a title block to draw the limit. So this is a limit of 1000 length and 1000 breadth. Now to grab the limit, for you to get the hold of the limit, you type zoom, or you type Z, enter. Now if you see on the command line, it's giving you some options for zoom, or center, dynamic. You type A, zoom, or A, enter. Now you have zoomed the limit you have just created. Now for us to test if we just created the limit, we type line L, enter. You see, we click line here, we click it this way. I want our author to be on, so we appreciate what I'm talking about. If we pan, enter, click enter. Now this is the limit. This is the limit of our drawing. If we click on this line, we click on this. This is the limit of our drawing. This is the full stretch of 1000 by 1000. Now we press enter. Now also to view, you remove this line, you erase it, you erase. Also to view the limit, to see if you already created the limit, you click on the the grid display. You see, this is the grid display. This is the 1000 by 1000. This is the 1000 by 1. This is the limit I just created, the 1000 by 1000. This is the 0, 0. Now this is 1000, and this is another 1000. So it's sort of like a cube. So I have the grid once again, so I can draw within that confined space. I can draw within that confined space. That is for limits. Now the next is to create unit. To create our unit to our drawing, you go to format, you go down, you're going to see your unit right there. You click on unit. Now you want to make it a whole number, make it one whole number. So it's advisable. You want it in imperial or metric, you go to mm, look for your mm, or you want to use your inches, metric. So you click OK. So you've created the unit for this particular drawing. Now the next thing is for you to create your layer, property manager. This is to create your layer manager, to create your layer for a particular drawing. You want to create, you click on this. This is to create new layer or alternate in. You click. You see your various layers. You can give, this can be, you rename this layer, you double click on it. This can be chair. This can be, double click on it again. This can be text, and so on and so forth. So you give this a color. Okay, you can give various ones, different colors and all that. You give it a particular line type, you give it a particular line weight, use a line type. We're going to talk about layer in earnest in our subsequent videos. You create a particular layer. Then also the next thing to do is to create your dimension layer. You come here, you create a dimension layer, you go to modify. You want to create a new dimension layer, you create a dimension style. Modify. You want to modify the standard tool. You create a dimension here. Now you close. For the next one, you create a text style. You create a new text style. You want to create a new text style, you name it and all that. Then the next thing you have to do is you create your table style. If your drawing includes a table, you create your table style also. Create a table style. Remember, this is a step-by-step video. Then you also create your leader style. If the drawing you're producing include leaders, of course, engineering drawing, you're an engineer, your engineering drawing is going to include leaders. So you create your leader style. Now your drawing is ready. You are now ready to start whatever drawing you want to start. Now we're going to start with line. If you click on line, it's going to tell you to specify the first point. You specify any point on this interface. Specify this first point. Now why the line is used, because our author is on. You want to off it. You specify first point, second point, third point, next point. You look at it. You can click C, enter, or you can just end it here as it snaps. You can click C, enter, it closes. So this is for line. Now this here, you can erase this. Click delete on your. Now this is dimension and construction line. You see our construction line is endless. Just like in your normal engineering drawing, a construction line is endless. So you can create a construction line. You can on your author to make it specific this way. You can create another construction line. No, it's asking. It says escape. You can create another construction line this way, a horizontal or vertical construction line. In that way you can start your drawing from this particular point. If you want to use construction line to do your drawing. So that is it for the construction line. So the next is the polygon. The next is the polygon. You click on polygon. click on polygon,